It's a good feeling being in a union.
As a part-time worker, the best, I would say, benefits that came with the union is guaranteed hours.
Me siento más segura, más protegida. Siento que no es tan fácil perder mi trabajo.
Having a union contract means I have a strong pension, gives me security for my retirement.
It's very important for the union to bring everything to the table to negotiate for my safety.
Good union jobs provide for the community I grew up in.
It's great to know that my union has my back.
I can't see myself ever working any place that's non-union.
My mama always told me, you go to any job, you got a union.
We have recently been negotiating some of the best contracts ever. At Kellogg's in Kansas City, we just negotiated a 15.5% raise in wages. And we have also negotiated at Wayne Farms in a right-to-work state, at a poultry plant, a starting wage of $19 an hour. We were able to do that for a couple of reasons. But I think the most important one is that we increased union density at these work sites, and that meant that workers felt they had more strength when they went into negotiations, and they did.
When we come into negotiations, the first thing they're going to look at is the numbers of how strong is this union in this plant.
It's very important to have a union contract, because if we ain't got a union contract without the people's voices, it don't mean nothing. My union contract is my days off, holidays, my vacation, and like if I got a family member sick, we can take out, with your family. That's more important. Family is very important.
When we negotiate contracts with them, we tell them, listen, this is not just about these guys that you have out on the street 60, 70 hours a day. This is about family values. And if these guys are willing to help you, then you need to help their families by doing the right thing, adding benefits, adding money, adding school colleges for these kids, adding all that. I said, that's the only way you're going to keep people working here, if you treat them with dignity.
The union has helped me get a great job, get me great raises, helped me with great insurance. And so that's the reason why I stayed here for 12 years. I don't think if I had a union, I would be here for 12 years.
Any doubt, anything that you need, you cannot hesitate to contact any of them, and they will be there for you.
Our last contract that we ratified last year for Fresh Mark in Salem was the biggest financial contract in the history of that plant.
The races that, over the years, I think this contract was probably one of the richest compared to when I started 7 years ago to what we've been able to do in the last 7 years is amazing.
We just finished a contract last year. It was a very contentious contract. We did manage to get a pretty healthy raise. We managed to keep our pension intact, which is huge. We managed to keep our health care unchanged, which was huge.
I feel like I have a backing to me going to work every day. It's not just like today you're going to get fired. It takes time for them to investigate. It takes time for them to see what really happened with your day-to-day work and what caused for you to, even if you got in trouble or not. I just feel like having them, I feel like I have pretty much somebody in my back pocket whenever I need, if anything was to happen when I go to work.
Main thing is by having a union, we have support for us as employees. Not just someone who's worried about the bottom dollar for the company, but they're also worried about us as employees and what kind of progress we're going to make throughout our career.
Even people who are non-union benefited from our contract. For the most part, it's the maintaining of our commission structure that has benefited not just myself, but everybody in pretty much the whole entire union membership and the store itself too.
There was a point where I was going through some personal matters with family, and it was affecting me at work, and I consulted with the union, and that's where I got the recommendation that because I wasn't fully aware of my rights and what my resources were, and I knew that one of the negotiated things now was you could take a leave, and it's completely entitled to. It doesn't hurt your career or your standing, and that's what I did, and I wound up taking a leave for about a month. And it really helped me reset things and take care of things with my family and come back and be even stronger salesperson.
I had my supervisor, my counter manager, pick up the phone, calling security and saying that I did something that I shouldn't have done. It took years for security to rewind cameras, for the union to fight and move to every single level of the process. And it was a hard thing to endure, not only for myself, but for my family. I ended up losing almost everything. But what I didn't lose was hope. Hope and the support of the union.
Union for respect.
Union for representation.
Union for our rights.
Union for job security.
Union strong.